Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. I was worried about what other people would think. Every day I was shut down. I was just numb. I was like putting my all into it, y'all. I was putting my freaking all because I was ready to walk out of the door. Hey girl, welcome back. We're about to do another chit chat. Get ready with me. And I first want to say thank you for you guys' support and love and just overall feedback that I got on my last chit chat get ready with me video. I'm not gonna lie, I was going back and forth with posting that because if you know me, then you know I don't open up. Like, I rarely open up. If I open up, it's like once in a lifetime, especially like on social media. So yeah, that was a very hard video for me to do. Some of you may look at it and think, okay, why is it so hard? Why was it so hard for her to, you know, open up like this? And there are also some of you that can definitely relate. And I am freaking speechless, like speechless with the comments under that video. So I just want to thank y'all. Thank you so much. And like, thank you. You guys have given me topics, just so many recommendations, so many different recommendations. I have them in my notes and we are going to start doing more of these. Like, we're just going to go ahead and start doing them. I'm not an oversharer. I do not share things I don't want to share. I'm still very much private. That's because it's peaceful. Anyway, I have another topic, you guys. I'm so excited for today's video because we are going to be talking about how I started YouTube and why I decided to pursue it as a career. And I put it in my notes again because I felt like this was going to be a long one. And I really had to just, you know, kind of jot down a few notes so that way I won't lose track of what I'm saying. But before we even get into that, we are going to be, I want to do a full face, like a full face of makeup. I mean, full coverage, full face. I have a new foundation. Thanks so much to Tasha Washa here on YouTube. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. So she gave me this, and she also gave me the powder foundation. I got the shade Tan 2 and 230 in the liquid foundation. So we're going to try this out today. I don't know what else I want to try. Do I want to try any other products? I have, don't know when this video is going to go up, but I do have another video. It might be already up by the time this video goes up, but I'm testing out several new products in like another like 1 hour get ready with me videos. So I'm not going to really test out too many new products today. I just really want to try out that foundation. But yes, girl, we are about to dive into why I decided to do YouTube and how I started YouTube and why I decided to pursue this as my career. So, put my little clips in my hair. And you guys are going to have to bear with me because it's hard for me to talk and do makeup at the same time. I feel like I did pretty good last time, but I feel like this one, like I'm going over so many things, it might be too much on me. So if you hear snoring, I have Riley in here in the background. She is knocked out. Riley is our girl Maltese. But I'm going to use this Farsali Unicorn Essence as my primer today. Is this like a serum and a primer in one? Okay, let's talk, Andrea. I be getting off track, as you can see. So why did I start my YouTube channel? We're actually gonna take it all the way back because I feel like it's gonna make more sense if we do that. So I started watching YouTube back when I was in high school. And I really wasn't watching it that much, but the year that I graduated, which was 2007, I was watching it more because I didn't go straight to college after I graduated. I waited out a semester. So all I did was work, and I worked at Dairy Queen. That was my first job ever. So yeah, the only thing I did was work, and that's it. Like I worked, I went home. I was not the type to go out all the time. I mean, I was young. I was freaking young. Like, why would I be going out somewhere, you know? So yeah, I would work, and then after work, I would go home, you know, talk on the phone with friends, a little boyfriend. And I would just consume a lot of YouTube, like a lot of YouTube videos. And I would always watch the girls that did their makeup, their DIYs. So I was very hooked on YouTube. Basically, it was a hobby. Like watching a YouTube video had become a huge hobby of mine. And then fast forward to when I went to college. So it was pretty much the same. You know, I would go to my classes, and then after class, I would go back to my dorm and consume a lot of YouTube videos. I was the same person. Like I never really went out. I did start going out my sophomore year in college, but freshman year I was like really all about my books, making sure that I was doing my work, going to my classes, all of that. So I was I was a good girl. So yeah, YouTube, I consumed a lot of YouTube. I watched YouTube more than I did TV, because I just really like watching girls that I could relate to. And I felt like, to be completely honest with you guys, the girls that I was watching on YouTube, like, I felt like they get me. You know, I know that may sound weird, but it's like watching a person that's just like you, and you know that you get each other. And I mean, I had friends outside of YouTube, but a lot of times I felt like they didn't get me, because I kind of felt like the weird one in the bunch. So I don't know. YouTube videos was just a really big escape for me. And I still remember to this day, I was, I did forget what class I was in. I was still a freshman in college. I forgot what class I was in, but it was before like class had gotten started. I used to get there early. Like I told you, I was a good girl when I was freshman. I used to get there early, and you know, you have to sit there, wait on the professor to come. Usually I would sit outside of the classroom. And I don't know why, but I was thinking, because back then I was watching Tiffany Darling. But for some reason, I don't know why she just popped up in my head. And I was like, what if I started doing that? Like, what if I started making YouTube videos? So the thought was there. It was definitely there. Oh, this is the Makeup Forever brow pencil. You know what? I'm just going to have all the products I'm using in the description, if y'all are wondering what I'm putting on my face. But yeah, the thought was definitely there. I thought about creating my YouTube channel, you know, but the thing that really held me back was being in a dorm room with roommates. Like, it was just the thought of it made me cringe. Like, what if they heard me? What if they found out? Like, I felt so cringe back then. Well, the thought of that just seems so cringe to me. But so I was really worried about that. That's why I kept going back and forth with starting my channel, because I was worried about what other people would think. And not only was it because I had roommates, another reason was because it was always noisy. Like, it was always noisy in our dorm room. So yeah, imagine, I don't know, just imagine trying to film a video and you hear everything in the background. And this is where Robert comes in at. So this is so funny to me. My freshman year in college, him and I met my freshman year, and I was already in a relationship. So we were just, cute little friends. But yeah, so we actually formed a really good friendship. Like, him and I were literally best friends. And I was currently in a long distance relationship. So the relationship that I was in at the time, things were a little rocky, and Robert was a person that I would go to and just tell all my business to. Like, I promise you, it was a very innocent friendship, y'all. Like, it wasn't even like that, okay? It wasn't like that. My boyfriend at that time, he broke up with me, my boyfriend of 3 years. Robert ended up trickling back into the picture. And we were still friends for a while, until we started getting like real serious. And we didn't become official until 2012. So at that time, I was still entertaining the idea of creating a YouTube channel. I was actually in my own apartment. Well, I had another roommate, but she was never there. Like, she was commuting back and forth because she worked in our hometown. So she was, commuting back and forth. And a lot of the times I pretty much had the apartment to myself. So I was really heavy on thinking about starting my channel, my YouTube channel. I even bought my first ring light. I bought my first camera, which was the Samsung NX Mini. I believe that's what you call it. Don't even think they sell that camera anymore. But if I can find it, I will either link it or have it popped up on the screen, because that is the perfect starter camera. So I got that, and y'all, I never used it. Like, it was just sitting there, sitting in the box. The ring light was sitting at the beside my bathroom door in my room, and I just kept entertaining the idea of starting my channel. So it wasn't until the next year, which was back in 2013. So I honestly can't remember the month, but I do know it was that year. So Robert got his own place, because before he was living with roommates. But he got his own place, and he had an extra den in his apartment. So I spent most of my time over there. And one day I was like, since I already have all my makeup at his place, and I kept everything in his little den, I had all my makeup. I had a mirror set up. I had my my straightener. I had just all the girly things in there because he never used it. So I was like, since I'm always over here, I might as well, just put my little stuff in here so I won't mess up your bathroom. That was my reason, really. That was honestly my reason. So then I was still kind of entertaining the idea of filming YouTube videos, and I was thinking about bringing my ring light and my camera that was still at my apartment on the floor. So I was thinking about bringing it over to his place and just using that room as my filming room. Kept thinking about it, kept going back and forth with it, I don't know, I just didn't ever do it. So months went by, and I got some news that I never wanted to receive, that nobody ever wants to receive. Let's go back. I didn't even put this in my notes, but let's rewind a little bit. At the time, I was working at Cachet. And they've been out of business for years now, but I was working at Cachet, and my phone kept ringing. Like, it just kept ringing. And I looked at it. It was my mom calling. And I was like, she know I'm at work. Why is she calling me? So I was like, I'm just going to call her back, put the phone down, and it started ringing again. So I said, okay, why does she keep calling me back to back? So I picked up the phone, and she told me that, she was in the emergency room. And I was like, I started hyperventilating right then and there. Like, my manager had to calm me down. We had to go to the back, because she didn't even tell me why she was in the emergency room. She just said something about, I'm okay, just letting you know I'm okay, but I'm in the emergency room. Right there, after the word room, I started hyperventilating, girl. So she didn't really tell me why she was in the emergency room. So what I did was I gave my phone to my manager, and my manager was talking to her, and I think she told everything to my manager or whatever. And then my manager was like, call Robert. So I called Robert. He came to get me, and we went home. So we were living about 45 minutes away from my hometown. So he drove me home, and we were in the emergency room with her. I walked in there, she was in the bed chilling, eating a sandwich. a sandwich and Lay's potato chips. I said, and like when I walked in, she was looking at, like, she was just laying there like nothing had happened, like just chilling, smiling, eating freaking potato chips and a bologna and ham. What is a ham and cheese sandwich? I don't know. Anyway, so I walked in. I was like, you know, what's going on? I was still kind of shaken up. And she was like, oh, you know, my arm just swelled up. It swelled up. No, you know, I'm fine. I'm fine. It just swelled up or whatever. And the doctor came in. She was like, doctor, tell her, you know, everything's fine. Everything's fine. You know, my arm just swelled up or whatever. And the doctor was like, you know, I guess the doctor didn't want to tell me. And I guess she gave him a certain type of look to not tell me. But the doctor was like, yeah, we are doing everything we can to make her feel better or something. Or so that way she can, you know, get out of here. And I was like, okay, cool. So I calmed down, and that was that. Like, we stayed there for about, I don't know, an hour and a half or something. And then we went back home because she said to go back. And that's one thing about my mom. When she tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. So we went back. Robert and I went back home because at the time that was our home where we went to college. That town was our home. So we drove back. And my mom ended up calling me the next day. So when she called me, I was like, okay, what was that all about? Like, okay, you in the emergency room, your arm swelled up. What, you know, what's going on? And there was a long pause. And when she paused, I already knew. Like, she didn't even have to tell me. I already knew. Something told me, something just told me. I already knew what she was going to say. And she went ahead and said it. She said, well, I have breast cancer. And like, I couldn't even, like, I was shook. Okay. I couldn't speak. It was something, it's like something got in my throat. I don't know. If you know, you understand what I'm trying to say, or you know that feeling, but it's like something is in your throat, like a huge ball or something. I don't know. And your chest feels like it's tightening up, and you just can't, like, you want to say something, but you can't, like, the words can't come out. So when she told me that, she's like, but I'm fine. I'm fine. Andrea, it's fine. I don't want you to worry. This is your last year. You're about to graduate. Da, 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 da. I want you to stay focused on your schoolwork. Da, 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 da. Don't worry about me. I'm just letting you know what the doctor told me and that everything is going to be fine. So I was like, okay, everything's going to be fine. And then I was like, okay, what stage is it? And she paused, and I knew again, like something told me the worst. And she told me it was stage 4. So I just realized I have been putting on concealer before my freaking foundation. So we're going to go ahead and put this on and just not put it around this area of the face. I knew something was off. Something was off, girl. Excuse me. I got to talking. But anyway, yeah, she said stage 4. And I just shut down. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a feeling I can't explain for the life of me. Like, I just completely shut down. Every day I was shut down. I was just numb. You know, I was numb, and I didn't know what to do or think. And yeah, so days have passed, months have passed, and she was getting better. Everything was looking up. And I kid you not, ever since she told me about her having cancer, I didn't think, like, the thought of creating a YouTube channel never crossed my mind. Like, it was almost like it just never crossed my mind. And this went on for months, like months. I would still watch YouTube. Like, I would consume a little bit of it, not as much as I did, but I was watching YouTube just to get my mind off things. So I hope this color works. I really do hope it works. So yeah, I was still watching YouTube videos just to kind of get my mind off things. I was still doing my day-to-day things. Like, I was still going to work. I was still going to school. Let's see. Okay. Why does it smell? It smells like something sweet. Okay, this color is working. It's working. Okay, I gotta blend it out. I know it look crazy, but let me blend it out. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I was numb. I wasn't thinking about, like, the thought of creating a YouTube channel never crossed my mind. And this was going on, like, it was months, like months to a year. Yeah, to a year. And I think the reason why I wasn't really thinking about starting my YouTube channel after hearing the news of her having cancer is because I had so much other things, like I had a lot of other things going on at the time. Like I was getting ready to graduate. Of course, obviously the news that she gave me and just other things. So I wasn't even thinking about a freaking YouTube channel at the time. So a few months have passed and it was time for me to graduate. I graduated. That's another thing. That's why that was another thing that was kind of bothering me was, you know, when you hear the word cancer, you automatically think death, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, my dad's already passed away. My mom has cancer. I'm about to walk the stage to graduate. What if she's not going to be there? What if she doesn't see that? What if she's not there? I'm about to graduate school. And so I was stressed. I was stressed out. And she, of course, made it to my graduation. And I mean, everything actually started looking up. Like everything was looking up. She was, you know, looking healthy. She felt great. And she just made me think that everything was going to be okay. So months have passed. I'm still not thinking about starting my YouTube channel. I have other things that I'm thinking about, worried about. And fast forward to 2014, I was finally out of retail. I got my first job after graduation, which was working in property management. Back then, I was a leasing agent. So we're going to fast forward to that. I started my new job as a leasing agent, and it was probably my second or third week on the job is when she got really, really, really sick, like really sick. I'm going to apply a little bit more of my e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer, just a little bit more right here. But yeah, she started getting really sick and it wasn't looking good at all, y'all. It wasn't looking good at all. And this was later on in the year of 2014. So yeah, so I was starting to worry again. Like I was fresh at a new job and I told them the situation and they understood. Like they were, I loved my coworkers, y'all. They were so sweet. But they understood the situation and I had got a call while I was at work. It was my aunt. She was like, you know, Andrea, I think you need to come home. Your mom is not doing well. So, went home, you know, and that's when I felt like it was like a domino effect. Like it just started going downhill from there. Ever since I got home, it just started going downhill. Like it was getting worse. And we had to put her in hospice, the hospice. And I'm pretty sure you guys obviously know what happened next. So she did pass away. I could have stepped back and not worked, but I did continue to work. But that is when, I know it took me forever to get to this point, but I had to give you guys a little background leading up to the point. But around then, that's when the idea of creating a YouTube channel started. Like it came back to me. And the reason why it came back to me is because at that time, I needed something. I needed something to not only get my mind off things, but I also needed something, what's the word? See, that's why it's so hard for me to talk, y'all. I also needed something that would make me happy, I guess. I mean, Robert played a huge role in that. He was there since day one. And it's so unfortunate that he had to meet her in the hospital, because that's when he took me home, and that was the first time he met my mom. So it's like, but I'm so glad that she met him. But anyway, yeah, Robert played a huge part in that area of making sure that I get what I needed, just making me happy, lifting my spirits and all of that, and my friends, of course, as well. But I just needed something. I needed something else for me that I could do that would make me happy. And I knew YouTube, like I said before, watching people that I could relate to, watching people that I felt kind of get me, I loved it. So yeah, the idea of starting my YouTube channel came back. It came back, you guys. And this time I was so serious about it. Like, I was so serious. I already had my equipment. This is the Huda Beauty cherry blossom powder. But yeah, girl, I already had all my equipment. And all I needed to do was film the video, edit it, and upload it. So I was so inspired, and just, I was going for it. I was going for it. I felt like, okay, there's no turning back. I want to do this because I know this is going to make me happy. I know this is going to just take my mind off things, and I'm going to love it. I mean, I already love watching YouTube videos. I already love watching girls that I can relate to. So why not put myself out there so someone else can relate to me, you know? So yeah, girl, I started filming the videos in Robert's den and in his apartment. If I can find the picture, I'm gonna have it pop up on the screen. But oh my gosh, we have come a long freaking way. So yeah, I started filming the videos in his den, and one video led to another video led to another. So we were filming videos, okay? We were filming them, we were editing them. I think at the time back then, editing was my favorite part overall. Like, editing it, being, I don't know, just playing with things on iMovie. I just love that type of stuff. Like, I was a nerd, okay? I used to be into books. I mean, I'm back into reading books, but back then I was into Photoshop. I was into coding. I was into all the things because of MySpace. So editing on iMovie was so fun to me. So I really enjoyed it. I was pumping out videos, pumping them out. And, you know, subscribers started coming in, the comments started rolling in, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am really putting myself on the internet, and they're liking me. They are liking me. So yeah, I started doing, posting more videos, and it wasn't until a little after that when I found out that you can actually make money on YouTube. Like, cause I was just in it for, you know, just in it because it was a hobby, you know? All the girlies were doing it. I followed so many people that I could relate to. And yeah, like, it was just the best hobby at the time. And then, yeah, I found out that I could get paid for freaking YouTube. And I was like, wait a minute. You telling me I can get paid for doing something I actually love and I don't feel like I'm working? Sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up. So I was pumping out videos left and right. At the time, I didn't have a schedule, though. Like, I didn't have a YouTube schedule like I do now. So I was just pumping out videos whenever. There were days I didn't feel like filming, and I didn't film. And there were days I felt like filming, and I filmed the video, edited the video, and just posted it any time of the day. Sometimes it was like later at night. Sometimes it was early morning. I think back then I was posting more in the morning time. Yep, that's why, because the internet was real slow. It was real slow. It literally took all night to upload freaking videos. So I would just post it the next morning. Okay. Y'all, I can't believe how freaking good this foundation looks on my face. Okay, so we're going to try out the All Magic powder foundation just to set the perimeter. I feel like I don't need this though. Is it full coverage? Our lightweight ultra fine. Okay, so ultra fine powder, so that's what I need. I don't need anything that's full coverage. But yes, girl, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Let me get back on track. But yeah, I was being consistent. Well, I wasn't consistent. Let me stop. I was not really consistent on, okay, this is what the color looks like. It looks like it'll be really good. I really wasn't that consistent, but I was posting. Like, I was posting my videos, but I wasn't like super duper consistent. Basically, I was posting enough to start gaining subscribers. But y'all, it wasn't until maybe a little over a year after I started my YouTube channel. I can't remember, but it wasn't within the same year, but maybe a little over a year. I started hating my job. And my job, leasing is what I'm saying. When I was working in property management, I started hating my job, and I was like, hold up, girl. But yeah, I started hating my job. Not like I loved my coworkers, but I felt like I wasn't growing at where I was at the time. I felt like I wasn't growing. Like, I was taking in all the information. And some days I felt like I wasn't doing as good as I could. I kind of felt like I was letting some people down. And I also felt like, I don't know, I felt like I wasn't going to really grow because I was really hard on myself, being that it was my first time freaking leasing apartments. It was my first time. I don't know why I was so hard on myself, but I did get another opportunity to go to a different property, which was in Alabama, and we literally lived on the Georgia borderline. Like, it took me maybe like 10 minutes to get to the new job. So I went to a new property. I was still in leasing. I was still recording my YouTube videos. I was still doing YouTube. I was just, at a new job in the same position. So, I started working there, loved it. It was actually more of a challenge for me at that property. I learned more, and I loved my manager. Like, she taught me a lot. And I felt like I wasn't really getting that from the first property that I was working for. And this was with a whole different company. So yeah, I was learning more at that property, still doing my YouTube channel. It started like trickling down. Like, I started not liking my job anymore. And I don't know what really triggered it. I think the more I was doing YouTube, the less I was at work. Like, you know how you're somewhere but you're not there? Like, you're in one place but your mind is somewhere else. That's how it started getting, like, when I was at that job. And when that started happening, I started not liking my job. Like, every little thing was annoying me. Every little thing was annoying me. The people I worked with, every little thing. I was just getting annoyed, and just any little thing they would do, it just annoyed me. So I kind of checked out. Like, my mind kind of checked out. So I was really, like, I would go to work with YouTube on my mind. I would go to work on my phone. Like, when I was in my office, I'll be on my phone, checking my YouTube comments, checking my subscriber count, all of that. And then even more time passed, and I got promoted. So I got promoted to manager, but this was at a different property. So I'll be property hopping, girl. Also a different management group too. But I got promoted to manager, and I loved it. Like, I loved it. I was still doing YouTube. And it wasn't until I was a manager. It wasn't until I was a manager when I really started hating my job. Like, whoo, girl. So I was a manager at that property. I was assistant manager at that property for a few months. And then Robert got, he got an opportunity. So we had to move. And that's how we came to the Atlanta area. And while that was all going on, I was still filming my videos, still uploading my videos. I was still very much in love with posting on my YouTube channel. Like, that was my passion, you guys. It still is my passion. It still is. But I'm going to use the Tarte Sculpt tape. But yes, I was still very much obsessed with YouTube, and that was all I thought about. So now that I was in, I had the manager role, I was like, I need to buckle down. I need to really focus on this work. I have to do reports. I have to freaking handle money. I have to do all of this. And I can't be checked out. Like, my mind can't be checked out while I'm at work. I have to really focus on what I'm doing at work. So on top of that and dealing with the residents, girl, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. It was a lot. So I was still a manager when we moved here. So the company transferred me over to a different property. So this all just worked out perfectly, you guys. Robert got his opportunity here. I was transferred. Like, I was still able to keep my job, but they transferred me to a different property in the area, and it was just all worked out perfectly. I was like, yes, I don't have to, put in applications. I can just easily, let's go. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm going to pack my stuff tonight. Let's go. So yeah. So I got here, started at the new property, and that's when I started hating it more. I started hating my job more, and that was because the location and the people I was around. And I'm just gonna say the location. It was Cumming, Georgia. If you know about Cumming, you know. But I started hating. We don't live in Cumming. Just to let you know, we do not live in Cumming. But yeah, I started hating the freaking job, the location, the people. I would literally come home crying to Robert, like, I hate my job. I want to quit my job. I just want to quit my job and do YouTube. And he just kept, telling me, Andrea, just, give it more time. We just got here. Give it more time. And I was like, okay, bet. What I'm going to do is put more of my time and effort into my channel. I would literally wake up just to film a video, just to film a YouTube video, so that way I can have it filmed before I go to work. So that way I will have a video done for the day. So I would wake up before going to work. I would do my everyday makeup. If y'all have been subscribed to me for that long, y'all remember them videos back then? Those get ready with me for work, or watch me do my everyday no makeup routine, makeup with glasses. Those are the videos that I was filming before actually going to work. So I would literally film before going to work. Like, I was really putting my all into my YouTube channel, especially now, especially at that time when I knew I could make money from it. I was like, you know what? I'm about to freaking match the income that I'm making in property management. I'm going to double it. So no, I said I'm going to match the income that I'm making in property management. And once I match it, I'm going to give it more time before I, give them the deuces. And I did that. I gave it more time. I was filming consistently. That's when I started my YouTube schedule, my Sunday, Wednesday, Friday videos. I was uploading consistently, nonstop. There were times where I would come home on my lunch break just to film videos. Now, we didn't live in Cumming, but we were pretty close to Cumming. So I was able to still drive home to film my videos on my lunch break. So I literally did that. And I was like putting my all into it, y'all. I was putting my freaking all because I was ready to walk out of the door. Like, I was ready to leave property management. So I was doing that for a while, and to this day, I'm really glad that Robert told me to stick it out, because I don't honestly know what I would have done if I didn't. Now that I think about it, I mean, I was making money, but I wasn't making money like that, you know? But yeah, so I stuck it out. A year or two passed. Still, you know, sticking it out. And I started making more money. And I started getting to a point where I was making double. Like, I was doubling my income, my property management income. And when that happened, that's when I was like, you know, what we're doing now, this is my job. This is my job. This is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. I feel like I'm not working. I don't have anyone behind me looking over my shoulder, telling me what to do. I don't have to be at work at a certain time. If I'm late, I don't have anyone questioning me. I can go get my Starbucks and clock in as in YouTube whenever I want. So yeah, that's how, hold on. I haven't even looked at my notes at all. Like, I did good, y'all. Hold on. Money started coming in, brand deals started coming in. I started making, you know, doubling my income in property management. And yeah, we are literally at the end of my notes. And y'all, I have a full, like, it is long on my notes. I can't believe that wasn't harder than I thought, girl. I did good. But yes, that's how I started my YouTube channel. I know I gave you guys a long rundown, but I really wanted to tell y'all literally how and why I started my YouTube channel. So we're here, girl. We are still here. We are doing really good. And I just pray that, you know, we can continue to grow. And yeah, I love doing this. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I really would not, because literally doing what you love, it can't get no better than that. It really can't get any better than that. This is the Too Faced Cloud Blush. Y'all, I'm not even done with my eyes. What am I doing? Do I want to put on eyeshadow? I did say I wanted a full face of makeup, though. I technically have on a full face of makeup, y'all. Technically, this foundation. Girl, Tasha, if you're watching, Tasha Washa, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you for giving me this. Wow. Yeah, she had a big PR package, and she let me get a foundation and the powder. And I am obsessed with this foundation. I love how it smells too. Some people might not like the smell, but I like it. Okay, I'm gonna just throw on some eyeshadow really quick. But I hope I really hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat, get ready with me. Now that I've said it all, I feel really good. Just like I did in my last chit chat, get ready with me. Now that I've said everything I needed to say on the topic, I feel really good. And I got through this video without any issues. I mean, I did, you know, have to stop here and there, but y'all, it took me so long. Like, I look back on the video that I did, like my chit chat get ready with me videos that I did, well, the one that I just posted not too long ago. I look back on, like, when I was editing it, I was like, I've really grown. Like, not grown, but I have gotten so strong. Like, I kid you not, I couldn't even say the word mom without literally bawling my eyes out. Like, I couldn't even say or just mentioning or just telling anyone about the passing of my mom or the passing of my dad. Like, I would literally crack, like my voice would crack. It still kind of cracks, like I can feel it cracking, but for so long, you guys, I could not talk about it. I couldn't, like, it just, oh my gosh. But now that I feel more at ease with it, it's not hard for me to talk about it. So I'm really proud of myself right there. I'm really proud of myself. Like, y'all don't even know. I am so proud of myself. Did I tell y'all what colors? I'm just mixing 2 colors together. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all, Riley is knocked out. She is literally knocked out right beside me. You probably heard her snore a few times throughout the video. Okay. Y'all, my face is freaking flawless. It is flawless. Do y'all see? Okay, I'm going to quickly put on my lashes, eyeliner. I'm using the same stuff. I'm actually going to use the Fenty eyeliner for my waterline, but I'm going to throw this on. And while I do that, I'm going to let my freaking battery charge because my other battery, I don't even have it charging. I should have, but I didn't. But I'm going to let the battery charge and I'll be back. Oh my gosh, you guys. Guess what I just did? Just guess. So you see I got my lashes and stuff on. But guess what I just did? I just did a live on Instagram while I was charging the freaking battery to this camera. And it went so good. It went so good. So if you was in the live, thank you. If you haven't watched the live, I went ahead and posted it on my feed. And you just click on the one, the photo, it says good vibes only. Good vibes only. Just click on that photo. It's like a little neon sign. So I just have it planted on my feed for ever if you want to check out the live that I just did. But anyway, since we're literally at the end of this video, I don't have anything else to talk about under the topic that we had today. But now I'm just going to quickly put on a lip product. Y'all, okay. I don't know what they put in this foundation. I really don't know, but it is so beautiful on the skin. So freaking beautiful. Oh my gosh. But let me put on a lip. I have been really into a pink lip, y'all. I like this. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Loyalist. We're gonna do a pink lip today. Because I just like the color pink. It's my favorite. Charlotte Tilbury Foxy Brown. But yes, girl, we did a live, and I'm gonna do them. Like I was telling them on Instagram, I was like, I know I always come on live. I went on live like one time last year on Instagram, and I also did a live one time last year on YouTube. And those the 2 times that I did the live, I said I was gonna do more, and I never did more that year. So I'm really gonna try to step it up this year and do more lives with you guys. I like the Friday night live thing. And I mean, it's Friday night right now. So I like that. So if I do, or I don't know. I really don't know what days I would do lives, but I am gonna make it a point to stick to my word. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna try to stick to my word this year. When I say I'm gonna do something, I am going to do it. Chanel lip gloss in the shade 722. The color, like the name isn't on here, but I want to say this is called Caramel. I want to say it's Caramel. I mean, it doesn't look anything like what you would think. It's just a pink lip gloss, more of like a mauve. I think icing would look so good on top of here, but I don't have it in front of me. It's in my purse. One of my purses. Or the drawer that's in my closet. But I like this combo. It's a subtle pink lip. It's not too bright. It's not too dark. It's a nice subtle pink lip. Let me fix this because I don't like when you see like a line of blush right there. I'm going to go back in with the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom setting powder. And we are going to take just a little bit of this to go back under the eyes and just kind of tap it out. Just like that. Ooh, she is cute. I love this powder, y'all. I think once it gets back in stock, because I went ahead and signed up for the notification again. Once it restocks, I'm going to get another one because I love it. I can see why. Like now I can see why it was always out of stock because it's so good. I really didn't think it was going to be a powder for me. I thought, you know, it was more for a lighter complexion, but it's really, really, really nice. It just makes everything look so pretty and bright, but not too bright. And there's no flashback with this powder either. I'm gonna take that brush that I used to contour my nose and just kind of go over it a little bit more because I went over it with that powder and I want to make sure that you can at least see that the contour in my nose. I've been sitting here for over an hour, over 2 hours actually. Yeah, because I sat on live for a while, but I've been sitting here for over 2 hours. The sun is setting, so it might be a little bit darker in the background. So I am done. I'm going to spray the face a little bit, not too much though. Tatcha Dewy Luminous Mist. And then just kind of press in the mist with my sponge. Get that skin back to life. Okay. And that is it, girl. That is it. We are done. I'm so glad I got through this video. It wasn't too hard for me. I feel like this one wasn't as hard as the other video that I filmed because, you know, I was dipping my toes into kind of opening up, and this video wasn't really that hard. I keep telling myself I'm gonna freaking wash this wig because it's getting a little crazy. It's getting a little kind of stiff a little bit. So I need to wash it for real. But anyway, girl, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I did my entire face. Thank you so much for listening to me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, thank you so much for all the love on the last Chit Chat Get Ready With Me video that I did. But there will be more. So keep bringing in the topics. That definitely helps. But yeah, girl, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a huge thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you guys in my next video.